Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of Season 1, Episode 6 of Outer Banks titled Parcel 9. So we start off with Ward taking John B to the house because, he's now fostering John B. And then we kind of learn the ground rules. He knows that John B and Sarah are dating, so he's like, yeah, you see that threshold, that doorway? That is a minefield. Do not cross that. That is dangerous. Don't do that. And then Topper comes in, just straight coming in, no knocking, just straight walking in, which is, first off, I don't give a shit if you're kind of friends with Rafe, or if you're dating Sarah. This ain't your house, dude. Have the common courtesy to knock. Walking in like he pays rent. And, he gets mad at Sarah, and I kind of do understand his anger a bit, because they were still dating each other when Sarah started the relationship with John B. But also, he started kind of, yelling at her and kind of cornering her. And he started insulting her and calling her, slut and whatever. Ward came in when he heard that, did not like it, straight strangled him and threw him out the house. I would like to retract my statement from last video where I said that I don't think Ward killed the two dudes, because I don't think he's the type of dude to get his hands dirty. This episode proved me wrong, because later on, Rafe gets jumped by his drug dealer, gets his bike taken, so he tries to steal some money from the safe behind the picture of Denmark Tanny. He ends up taking the compass, which Ward does not like, and he takes Rafe to the drug dealer's house with some money, pays the drug dealer off, then straight beats the drug dealer's ass. And then tells Rafe, we're done. That was the last of it. You're not allowed back home. Figure your own shit out now. Which is just like, damn. But also kind of understandable. A bit understandable. So there's infighting in the group because Kiara does not like Sarah. And Sarah's not, I guess, kind of fond of Kiara. So there's infighting. They end up finding Parcel 9, and they manage to track it down. Because Tanny Hill used to be the entire island, and so it was parceled out. They end up finding the description and trace it to the Crane House. The Crane House belongs to this woman who apparently murdered her husband. So now they got that added benefit of danger. They end up finding it in a well, but they end up skedaddling, deciding to come back at a later date. There is a bit of an argument there, which I do love, between Kiara and John B. while they're in the house, kind of get into a little slap fight, too. I gotta say, when Kiara slapped John B. because, he's kind of insinuating that the reason Kiara doesn't like Sarah is because of John B. himself, the slap came. What I didn't expect was John B. to slap her, too. And then just to show their hands, be like, yeah, it was a mosquito, dude. Like, yeah, totally because of the mosquitoes. So the guys end up, stranding Kiara and Sarah on a boat, and they kind of bond. And we find out that the reason they don't like each other is because teenage bullshit. They were friends. Sarah threw a party, invited everyone but Kiara ratted them out by calling the cops, which is like the most teenage bullshit ever, I guess. I don't know. So they become friends again, and they decide that they're going to kind of play it a bit cool. They can't let the guys think they won, or they were right. They end up going back to the place, and they had Sarah and Kiara decide to distract Miss Crane. But before they leave, Sarah looks at John B. and says, be safe. So JJ takes Pope's face and says, be safe out there. And then John B. says, I'm going to kill you. But Pope says, but how will that keep us safe? Some of the writing in this is really funny. Like, some of them kind of, makes me... But I think that is my favorite scene. Just, the quickness of it, the funniness of it. The woman ends up chasing Kiara and Sarah around with an axe, and then chases him down to the basement with a gun. Meanwhile, before that happens, though, John B goes down into the well, finds the skull of what is presumably Mr. Crane, finds a crack in the well, and ends up kind of cave diving, which, I'm sorry, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do that for gold, even that much gold. He ends up finding the gold, takes a piece. Meanwhile, as they're all getting shot out, she's a shit shot because she's blind, which is... Actually, they're making fun of her for being a shit shot because she's blind, but also that means she's more dangerous because she can't aim, so she's just going to shoot blindly. They end up all escaping, and, they celebrate finding the gold, and they're all like, we're going to be rich, and I'm just like, aren't Kiara and Sarah's family kind of already well off? I mean, I get it. They're not technically rich. Their families are rich, but still. There's also the other subplot of Peterkin and Shoop, I believe his name is, doing some investigation. I love this. I love there's kind of some nuance to them. Like, they're corrupt cops, but also they are still trying to do their jobs. Like, they are still investigating Scooter. They are still investigating Scooter's death, the mainlander's death. They end up, talking to Scooter's wife, and, she's non-receptive to that. So they end up tracking Scooter's whereabouts, like, while this hurricane was going on, he was on this island. So they go there, investigate, and they find some glasses. John B's glasses. So they're like, we've had 4 main things in the last so-and-so. Big John's disappearance, Scooter's death, and these 2 mainlanders getting killed. And now they might all be connected, which... Awesome. Overall, I feel like this episode was a bit low, in my opinion. I kind of understand it. Like, they already set up this the drama between Kiara and Sarah, so they had to resolve it, but it just felt like too teen drama to me, I guess. Which, I mean, fool for me, I'm watching a teen drama, and now I'm complaining about teen drama in my teen drama? Oh, no. I know. Maybe it's because the teen drama just wasn't this type of teen drama. I'll give this a 6 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.